project looked at 4 key wader bird species: the Redshank, the lapwing, the ringed plover and the dunlin. The huge declines in wader bird breeding population on the islands is of huge concern because they have now questioned the management policy designed by the Scottish Government. The declines across the islands are not uniform. For instance, Redshank declines on South Uist are around 70% of the breeding population. On North Uist they're around 20%, on Berneray they're only 10%, and on Benbecula they're around 50%. Ringed plover, over 70% declines on South Uist, but again North Uist not so much, around 40%, and on Berneray it's only around 15 to 20% declines. The research project was tasked with observing the nests to produce a methodology for observing nest outcomes, hopefully from start to finish, to see how successful the parents were, what factors were affecting the nests, potential predation or disturbance, climatic conditions, patterns that could potentially be affecting breeding success rates. Over the 3 years we've managed to successfully record over 1,700 nests. Also, what we've found using traditional tracking methods is that each bird species leaves the nest in a different condition after a successful hatching. For instance, a lapwing will then return to the nest, remove all of the eggshells except for a few small broken pieces of shell, which for whatever reason they then place in the bottom of the nest, in the nest lining, and they've removed all other evidence. Just a little cluster of eggshell is left right in the very bottom, and they actually put it in the lining rather than leaving it on top. A ringed plover, for instance, they like to decorate their nests with little pieces of jewellery, so shells or little shiny stones. And then once they've had a successful hatching, they remove absolutely everything from the nest. They then move all the jewellery into the centre of the nest. For a redshank, after a successful hatching, they remove every piece of eggshell from the nest, but they leave one breast feather in the nest lining. This is all quite new information. It had never been observed before, and never on such a scale. Because the wader species are of international importance, this attracts international funding. So the EU, who fund the management of SPAs, Special Protected Areas, they wanted to know how is Scotland as a nation going to manage the breeding waders. If it falls below unfavourable, you're then going to lose that EU payment, which the knock-on effect is that the crofting and farming communities here will no longer receive their SRDP payments or their agri-environment payments because the scheme is deemed to have failed. Currently, the EU have designated the SPA as an unfavourable condition. So if we decided that there was no need to do any management, we're giving up on the SPA, we can't do anything about the declines, then for the crofting communities here it would be a very big blow to their annual income. The connection between payments, subsidy payments to support these small farming enterprises and the wader birds isn't very well publicised, and so it's taken years to get local support. People don't believe or don't fully understand the connection between the removal of hedgehogs, which are huge predators of eggs and chicks within wader bird nests. If that connection isn't clear, then why would crofters support people coming onto their land to set traps or to set up cameras or use sniffer dogs? Slowly but surely we've had to talk to each one individually as we enter their land. They now understand that we're not the ones who are going to stop their SRDP payment. It's actually the hedgehog that will probably stop it. So hopefully that explains the connection between what we do and how it would affect the island community here.